oftentimes get asked, Ashley, what motivates you? I can honestly say that what motivates me more than anything on this entire earth is the fact that I have the ability to inspire other people through my fitness to also live healthier lifestyles. I love receiving messages like, Ashley, because of you, I didn't quit. Ashley, because of you, I decided to be more consistent in the gym. Ashley, because of you, I lost 10 pounds. This, to me, is the most meaningful part of my entire career.
With me here today.
Hey guys.
It's Adam again, and tell him what are we gonna do today?
Today is data collection day. Okay, so we are going to do a scan, compare her measurements from previous scans, see how much improvements we made or didn't make. I know that we made some though for sure. And then we're also gonna do some posing. We're trying to fine tune some posing, some little things with posing. So today's all about getting Ashley to the next level, which I'm pretty sure she is, but we need to know for sure. So we're gonna do some data collection to figure that out.
Only a few more weeks to go. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So we're back at the scan system. This is gonna take measurements of my body, my hips, my waist, my arms, just to see if like I made any improvements, if I leaned down in some areas. And this isn't like a determining factor of how I will do, but it's just good to kind of what my measurements were just to see how far away I am. I'm also gonna weigh myself later too, just for the heck of it. Again, we as bikini competitors aren't going by weight, we're not going by body fat percentage, but it's a good point of reference for the future, just to see what I look like and what it takes to get there.
I wanna make sure that this scan is close to the scan of where you were, where I think you were your best, which I think your best was your last show. I know we're pretty much right on where we need to be. I'm not worried about where we're at right now, but I always just like taking the cautious, conservative route, so just in case.
My turntable. It's going so slow. Alright, let's see. We're fetching the profiles. Alright, so we just discovered my last scan was the day before Denver, which in my opinion I came in a little too lean for, just because I kind of overshot a little bit. After being away from the stage for a year and a half, I was like, I'm gonna come in the best I ever have. So of course, like, I tried the hardest and maybe a little too much. So I think honestly my best showing to date was either Vancouver or the Las Vegas show I did, because that was a lot fuller. So these scans are probably gonna show that I put on some weight maybe, and I know when I weigh myself I'm definitely gonna be heavier, but I'm okay with that because I actually want to be fuller than I was in Denver. I like it.
So your waist is probably smaller, going to be smaller at this show by 1/4 to a 1/2 inch.
I'll take it.
Going into the Olympia with slightly softer conditioning than you were in Denver. So
cool.
The waist training stuff that you're doing is working. That's the biggest thing. So that, and then we're gonna go to the hips is the second biggest thing, and those are up a good amount. So that's a really good trade.
Okay.
So
by almost an
0.75
inch.
inches. Yeah, it's like
Almost
over 0.8 inches. So your hips are up 0.8 inches.
Which
your
is the
waist,
booty.
Yep, your waist is up only a 1/2 inch, with you being significantly, probably 2% softer.
Yeah.
3% softer maybe. Nah, 2. Which is, yeah, this is good. This is good progress. So we'll look at the last key measurement, which is one I really want to see here.
You're dying to see the
yeah,
neck.
dying to see the neck.
Been working
Neck
hard.
gains 36. So yeah, shoulder caps are growing.
Oh yeah. Whoa, that's a big difference.
Yeah, so her shoulders went from 36.88 went to 38.93. Actually, that's so much. We might have to watch those, to be honest. Which is the first time you probably heard that. You get to watch your shoulders. Yeah, it's.
That's okay. I mean, honestly, I don't think they're out of control.
No.
And I still,
it's
you
just a
know,
matter
to
of
be
like,
honest too, whenever I do get, because I'm still, you know, quite a few weeks out from a show, they might shrink.
Yeah, well, it's just
bit.
the matter. It's really a matter of like how they look when you're fully leaned out. If they look too capped off, we might have to start like we'll just have to pay attention to it.
Okay.
Right now I think it looks fine, but if when you lean out they look too capped off, then we're just kind of like, yeah, you're an inch up on the upper glute. So if we can maintain 0.75 inches of that while cutting, then you're gonna be better no matter what. You're definitely already better. Yeah, it's definitely growing. So everything's going really good.
I'm happy.
Yeah, no, in 3 months' time, I mean, it's less than 3 months, so that's great. And you know, I tell you, you're a fast builder. I know you don't really kind of understand that, but because you don't, it's just yours living in your body. You don't get to see a whole bunch of bodies, but like work with a whole bunch of bodies. But as far as other bodies go in, like you are, I would say in the upper 20% of how fast you grow.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good stuff. I'm actually surprised, to be honest, the waist. So your waist stuff that you're doing is working.
Cool.
That's actually the most exciting part. So your shoulder to waist ratio is going to be at least 3 inches different.
Nice.
I know.
There we go.
It's nuts. When it's all said and done, because your shoulders are 2 inches, your waist is going to be an inch smaller. That's a 3-inch more like ratio, you know. So it's going to be a significant difference. Which your glutes being an inch bigger and your waist being an inch smaller is even more.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, you're. But yeah, no, right? You should go out there with your partner. Just roll up on her.
All right, so now we're gonna get my weights. And they do not weigh us in bikini. It's not determined by weight class, but it's just good to know for reference. I estimate like 123, 124. The day before Denver, I weighed in at 117, so obviously I put on a little bit of muscle, and I'm not coming in as lean as I was either. So let's see. 122.5.
So we're in a good spot.
We are in a comfortable spot.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm super comfortable and happy with this number right now. I still got a few more weeks to go. And honestly, I could walk on stage with that weight. That is perfectly fine with me. It is so much more comforting to know that I'm ready ahead of time and I can fill out rather than trying to wait till last minute and do all this cardio, because that's no fun and usually it's a lot of stress. So I'm happy.
So we just did our scans. All in all, everything's really good. The goals for what we're trying to accomplish in this kind of mini off-season / prep for the Olympia, to grow the shoulders just a little bit, to keep the waistline in check, maybe even shrink it, and to grow the upper glutes. That was our secret plan this whole time. We just did measurements. Which is really funny is we did measurements versus the mile high, where she was just a little too tight. We probably overshot that just a tad. And her waist is less than a ½ inch bigger. Her shoulders are almost 2 inches bigger. And her upper glute was 1 inch bigger. And that's all within we're at 8-week time frame of that happening.
So what you're saying is the measurements are more drastic, a more hourglass.
Exactly.
So that's good. Regardless of if I put on inches or lost, it's a more hourglass frame, which is ideal for bikini. They always go for the hourglass. So
yeah, the ratios is what we're trying to do. So in bikini, we're trying to create feminine but still X frame. So wide shoulders, small waist, and wide hips, right? So the more X we can get to a point, the better in bikini. We're trying to keep feminine lines though still. We accomplished a lot more than I thought we would accomplish. So now we have a game plan going forward. We just did her weight. It was 122.45. Okay, 122.5. Yep. I think a good stage weight for her is going to be like around 119, 120. I think at the O, just a little softer than Denver, which was 118, right? 117 point something, right?
Yes.
Plan going forward with our new measurements is we're gonna basically bring her in just a little too lean about a week before the show, and then the week of the show,
I get to eat.
We're gonna grow into just fill out 100% carbs and everything. So she'll be just a tad. Like if you guys see pictures of her a week before the show, then you're gonna be like, oh, she's a little lean. But promise you, little lean, fill her out. It's an awesome plan, and she's gonna walk on stage. She's not gonna do a peak week.
Yep. It's so much less stressful that way. Because it's like a lot of girls I see try to push it at the last minute, doing like hours of cardio the day before the show, trying to get rid of water weight, trying to get just a little bit leaner.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that you prepped me in a way that I don't have to do that. Yeah. I don't have to cut water. I don't have to cut salt. I basically just roll on in, eating a whole bunch of carbs.
It's super predictable, and the cool thing is because the Olympia is a 2-day show, it actually gives her an advantage versus every girl who peaks the day of the prejudging. For her, she's gonna look exactly the same on Friday as she will on Saturday. There'll be 0 difference between the two of them. So I'm really happy about that too. It's very predictable.
This is gonna be a crazy week for me. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm also competing in the Asian Grand Prix, which is in Korea. And basically, once I get home from the Olympia, I gotta go right to Korea in less than a day. I basically have to repack and then fly out of LAX. And it's a crazy long flight. It's like 15 hours. But with everything said and done, that means I'm gonna be competing like 3 times in the span of like 6 days because of the time change. Oh, yeah. But I can do it.
So you can do it.
This is fun for me. I love this.
Yeah,
so.
It's gonna be an adventure for sure. But the cool thing is, because we're not having a peak week where she peaks on the Olympia day, she's gonna look, as long as water's not an issue from the flight, she's gonna look the same in Korea as she will at the Olympia.
That means no going out and having crazy cheeks.
I know.
No more rainbow hamburgers this time. No rainbow hamburgers.
I'm gonna have a rainbow hamburger.
Oh, of course you are. Alright, with that being said, I am going to work on some posing here with Adam. My posing can always be improved, so we're just gonna like be very nitpicky today and see exactly what I can fix just to make me just a little bit better in the posing department. I have come a long way with posing, I would say, but there's still a lot I can do.
Yeah, and for her, it's really, we're just fine-tuning like how she pushes in her back pose just to make her pop just a little more. It's a real art that's going into this, so it takes a lot of time.
Posing. The posing room was pretty packed today, so it is a Saturday, so I guess I should have expected it. So I was like, you know what, I'll just pose with nature here, and it was a good choice. I got some fresh air, and it's nice and open, no one's bothering me. Only downside was there was no mirror, but that's okay. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us here today, and make sure to stay tuned for future Road to Olympia videos. Until next time, catch you guys later.
Got significantly more excited today about the Olympia after seeing you in a bikini and posing. Man, you're gonna be hard to deal with. You're gonna be hard
in
to
a
deal
good
with.
way?
The Olympia. Yeah. The girls are gonna be like, man, she's improved even more now. It's obvious. It's actually visually obvious. So
makes me happy.
Don't tell me when